Hey guys, Nighthawk here, coming from my gear room. I just wanted to go through a product review of something that I've just received in the mail a couple days ago. It hasn't been out on the trail yet with me, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how it functions. Most of you know that the basic part of the product that I'm going to review, and that is the Sawyer Squeeze. And the Sawyer Squeeze is my go-to water filter at the moment. It doesn't weigh much. I think it's like a little under 4 ounces, and it's pretty easy to work with. You get the filter itself, you get a pull tab or a pull top with it so you can drink right out of it with the bag, and you also get 3 different bags, as you know. You get the 16-ounce bag, which weighs 0.7 ounces. You get the 32-ounce bag, which weighs about 0.8 ounces, and then you get the 64-ounce bag, which weighs a little over 1 ounce by itself. There are some problems that are floating around with these bags, as you know, and I'm not going to go through too much detail with these, but the seams seem to blow out on them. I've never had that problem, and I've used them extensively on several week-long trips. The areas that I did have a problem is right around the top here, where it gets seamed to the actual spout. But I've used Tear Aid and Gear Aid and super glue to seal those up, and it's worked quite effectively. So, but these systems have been, or this system has been what I've used. I like it because for what, less than an ounce you can get up to 64 ounces of an extra fuel or extra water capacity, and they roll up pretty small. But again, I'm not here to highlight these, but the system itself does work effectively. One of the problems that I did have with this, and people have mentioned it with going to a Nalgene top and various other wider mouth bottles, is these spouts are really hard to get water into. And unless you have a running stream, trying to get it out of a standing body of water like a lake or a pond or anything like that, it's pretty difficult. You have to scoop a lot, and so it can be kind of tedious and time consuming trying to get 64 ounces through this opening. So about in January of this year, 2013, I noticed on ULA's Facebook page they had mentioned that they were looking to come out with a new version of their Amigo Pro, and so I was kind of interested in this because again it would solve the scooping up the water issue. And so in February, at the end of February, I was planning on getting a new pack for him, for my son, and so I started a conversation asking about it. And they had been in kind of still in research and development phase for it, and they were still trying to figure out a new a fabric or what type of fabric to use for it, and they were having some issues, and about this time they had pretty much landed on what they were going to make. So I was able to pick up a new Amigo Pro from them, and it looks like this. With that, you get what looks to be 1.1 sil nylon with Grosgain along the tops. You get several grommets along the ends, and you get 2 water bag loops to be able to cinch it up. So you just dunk it in the water, pull up, and you've got your water in there. And I figure, I haven't tested it yet, but I think there's about 64 ounces of water capacity in there. And how you work it with the Sawyer filter is you take the bottom part of it, the one that would normally screw onto the bottom, screw it onto the gray one, take this one off, and you get this part here. And again, that just screws onto the top. So now you have a gravity feed with a pretty good sized water capacity. It took us, I think, less than 30 seconds to fill up a 32 ounce Nalgene bottle. It's not the greatest, but pretty easy. One of the modifications that I did for this is on the inside, where the tube comes in. Right there. What I did is I put in a piece of nano-seum or no-seum up top with just a zip tie, and that way I wanted to prevent any big particles, big floaters to go into the filter, and it'll help clean it out. But this is a pretty good system. It's not the lightest. It's about 6.7 ounces. But again, you have a 64-ounce water capacity, or roughly thereof, to be able to filter it. And it's a passive system, which I like, instead of trying to sit there and hand crank and pump. And it's immediate. You know, if you wanted to, you could just suck right on the bottom. So, just wanted to highlight that. The system itself, what I received from Chris at ULA, is the Sawyer filter, the white cap that I just flipped off somewhere, the 3 bags, the 16-ounce, the 32-ounce, and the 64-ounce. And then I got these 2 ends, the hosing, and the bag itself. I'm really looking forward to this system because of what I had mentioned previously about not having to scoop up the water out of a standing body of water, and that's very helpful. Speeds up the process, and you know what? You can scoop up water, plug the bottom, and you can bring it back to camp and house it there. But this is the where is it? New H2O Amigo is what they're calling it. The system cost me, I think I mentioned, $84. You might be able to get it for cheaper if you already have the filter, or if you wanted to get into the DIY section of it. I don't think it'll be all that hard or difficult to make. I don't know where you can get these. Hosing you can pretty much get at any hardware supply store, and then just sil nylon. But that's something that I'm excited about, something that I wanted to share. Talk to Chris at ULA. I don't know if it's on his website yet. But again, I'm looking forward to using this. So get out on the trail, have some fun, and we'll catch you out there. Talk to you later.